Now, this black mother stabs all 5 of her kids and kills 3 of them. I'm telling you, there's no help for black women or the black family structure. Let's get into the show. What's poppin'? It's your boy Zillionaire. You know, the truth speaker, the guy that makes everybody mad because nobody wants to hear the truth, especially the women in our community. Now, this story is just so sad and just horrible. The kids that survived, the 4-year-old, and it was a 13-month-year-old that survived, the 6-year-old and the 5-year-old twins got murdered. But this 4-year-old, she's gonna suffer a lot of trauma. She witnessed her mother stabbing all 5 of her and all 5 of her siblings. And the sad part about it was the CPS worker came to remove the kids out of the home. And before the CPS worker got to remove the children, she ended up killing them. Now, the even sicker part of this story, you'll hear black women say, well, it's the CPS workers' fault. It's always somebody else's fault. It's never black women's fault. No matter what they do, no matter how foul, how disgusting they are, no matter what heinous crimes, no matter what they do to their kids, it's always somebody else's fault. Nobody tells black women to open their legs and have all these kids by multiple men that they don't want. I'm going to say it again. Nobody makes black women open their legs and have children by all these different multiple men that they don't want. They abuse the welfare system and everything else and abuse their children. And when they don't get what they want, everybody has to pay. Now, this story right here, this woman is named Shemaya Hall. Yes, Shemaya Hall. This woman right here, you see in the picture, this soulless, cruel piece of garbage, this horrible mother you see right here, this piece of trash, this woman doing the work of the devil. And I tell you, we're living in the last and evil days. This world is so wicked and so evil. And we're seeing so many black mothers murder their children. Why is this? Why is there so many black mothers murdering their kids? Why do black women have all these babies by multiple men and make excuses? This is just crazy. No accountability. When society don't hold these women accountable, when you can never call them out for their behavior, when you can never talk about how promiscuous they are, when you can never call out how they sleep with multiple men and have all these bastard children and abuse the welfare system, when they've never been checked, when they've never been corrected, this is what we produce: monsters. Just like a child that never gets a spanking, they usually grow up to be monsters because they don't believe in consequences and they don't believe in accountability. These women have babies by low-life men, low-value men, and they don't want their children. A lot of black women don't want their kids. If they can't get a check or if they can't trap men with their babies, they don't want them. I'm going to say this again. These women only have babies for a welfare check, a child support check, or to trap a man. They don't love their children, and this is why so many black women are murdering their kids in the black community, because they don't love their kids. Nobody suffers worse than the kids in the black community. Nobody suffers worse than black kids. Nobody does. They didn't ask to be here. But these mothers keep busting their legs wide open, letting every time Dick, Harry, Pookie, and Ray Ray put babies in them like a garbage disposal. They push them in, push them out. And the next thing you know, we have these tragic stories. It's not the CPS workers' fault. It's nobody's fault. It's this woman here. It's these black women out here having all these babies that they don't want, having all these kids and living off the system and not taking responsibility and accountability for their own sexual behavior. There's all kind of birth control out here. What they have, 20, 30 forms of birth control. But see, the government incentivizes the more babies they have, the more welfare, EBT, Section 8, the more stuff they can get from the government. And when that ain't working out and they have all these babies and they get older, they look around and they're like, damn, I got all these kids and I haven't done nothing with my life. I got all these kids and I still ain't got a man. I got all these kids and I still ain't got a husband. I got all these kids and I'm still on welfare. So they get mad at themselves. They look at the children. They see their fathers and the kids. And ultimately the children pay. This world is wicked, man. This is the evil world. And even Christ said in the last days, it's going to get more wicked and more evil. So these stories don't shock me. They really don't, because this is the times we live in. People love doing wicked, evil stuff. And not only that, they justify their wicked, evil behavior, especially the women in our community. I'm your boy Zillionaire, that 4-year-old child that survived this stabbing, this horror movie that this mother performed in front of the 4-year-old, the 13th-month-year-old. They're not going to really remember what happened. You know, the 1-year-old, they're not going to really remember, but the 4-year-old, oh, she's going to be traumatized for life. She's going to need counseling for life. Yes, she is. And it's sad that she's going to grow up. No siblings, don't know who her father is, mother's in prison, and she got to replay that in the back of her subconscious mind. She may have nightmares about it every day of her life. It's going to be in the back of her head. I pray that this 4-year-old gets spiritual counseling. I pray that she gets into a loving home where they're teaching, spiritual things, the word of God, and everything else. I hope she gets in a loving environment where they can help her get healing from this tragic situation, man. It's sad, but I'm going to continue to bring these news stories to y'all. And a lot of people be asking me, Zill, you need to get back to doing your news stories. And I said, yeah, I know I got so much going on, and, I know I need to get more news stories out to y'all, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm your boy Zillionaire. Put your thoughts in the comments about this mother stabbing all 5 of her children, killing 3. And let me know what you think, man. This is sad, but there's no help for these women. There's no help for the black family structure or the black community. You can't help people that don't want help. And you can't help people that justify their wicked, evil behavior. But when the wrath of God and the judgment of God come upon these people, they're going to wish they took heed. And I'm out of here.